If somebody invites you to a Yule party,
Oh man, that's a whole different outfit.
okay.
I'm going.
Do I need a dagger?
Do I need
No, we will provide daggers.
Yeah.
A chalice,
Is there-
at least.
My
Is there any
reindeer
type
head?
of human flesh you're allergic to?
Do not wear any metal jewelry.
It will anger our lord. Do not
Grove
bedazzle
Mother
yourself
despises
with
metal.
empty trinkets.
Yeah.
Guys, it's not time for the
Christmas.
Yule season yet. All right, it's
Yule-
just
it's
Halloween.
upon us.
I don't know how it works.
Does Halloween stretch to Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Okay,
That's
the
what-
time of
me,
the
you
gourd,
might
the
as
time of the
well,
gourd is
yeah.
upon us.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'll
we're
leave
still
that
in
shit up
autumn
as
time.
long as I can.
Fair.
I feel like
Yeah.
this is the
But
first
even,
year
like-
where I saw the switch flipped off for Halloween, and I do not respect it. I'm like, keep
I-
those decorations up. Like, I want to fucking go with the spooky time. The wind
So
is
we
still
started-
scary.
We started talking about this because I mentioned that I bought the Crooked Moon, that folk horror kind of Halloween D&D module that was being advertised all over my fucking Instagram. I don't know if y'all were getting it, but they were hitting me hard. They saw they had a whale in the vicinity, and they knew they could get me. And
They knew they had a bullseye.
absolutely.
I saw you from a mile.
They were like, it's just every Venn diagram is a circle. There's like 4 diagrams.
This
Getting
guy
on
has
the
been,
radio,
this
like,
guy has been
Hernandez,
searching
we got a whale.
Scarecrow a lot. And it has new music by the Blasting Company, who's the band that did all of the music for Over the Garden Wall. They fucking sniped my ass.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Anyway,
This feels like a trap for specifically you.
It doesn't
It
exist
feels like you're
outside
gonna
of my
get the book in the
Instagram.
mail and it's just gonna eat you alive.
I honestly,
It's full of pictures of me sleeping. How's this possible?
I'm more of the position now that I think they should be paying you because of how good you are doing at evangelizing this. So,
Well,
I think
there's a song.
that snake is eating its tail right now, and
Absolutely.
it
The
owes you
thing that
money.
got me
Yeah.
is the Blasting Company song that was in the advertisement. It's like very spooky, crickety crack type shit. Anyway, the reason I bring it up is because they got me in like a Halloween hangover. I woke up the day after and I was like, fuck, Halloween's over, man. No, man. No. And then I saw the ad and I was like, Halloween can live forever, man. And I fucking purchased that shit.
This is a good chance to shout out the fact that we have Robo Jason tonight. We don't have full human Jason, but I did
Jason
tell
Silverhand.
him where we were going because I asked Jordan to reveal it to me so that I could do my job as a dungeon master and prepare for it. And I told Jason, and Jason couldn't make his night, and he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry I can't be there. Here's 3 tracks that you should play to fit the vibe of what you're talking about."
Yeah.
And they're
Amazing.
all titled Autumn. So
Amazing.
we're in the. This isn't Robo Jason tonight, but this is like it's like when
Curated Robo Jason. This
like
is
when-
DJ Jason.
This is deep, Jason.
Jason.
when the like flesh starts to meld with the
Oh yeah.
the
Fleshy
robotics.
on me right
This
now.
has nothing to do with flesh.
There's no flesh here.
This is Jason after he gets sucked into that computer in Superman 3 and he slowly is
Don't
becoming
go all
Roboid.
Videodrome on us now.
Hi, everybody. This has been an extended introduction because I was having a good time. We just sort of
need
wound
Rachel to
Jordan up
save
and
us.
let him run. This episode is number 34 of Arc 5 of Better Than Heroes. If you're new to our stream, welcome. What a time for you to be here. It is a very big episode, a big transitional moment. I'm Rachel Weeks and I play Click, the level 14 for right now, Korean Fighter.
I'm Andrew Overdahl, and I play Flute, aka the Wind Rider, a human bard warlock.
I'm Jordan Dahl. I play the Moon Boy, a level 14 Moon Boy.
Hey, my name's Aaron Urist, and I play Kai Hammerstein, the Artificer.
And I'm Harlan Kelly, I'm the spooky master of this game, and I play everybody else. Yeah.
We are going to play some 5e Spelljammer Dungeons and Dragons tonight. Our show is live DJ'd. Not live DJ. It's robo DJ'd as established by the wonderful Jason Wardell, and it is brought to you by our patrons and our subscribers. We are so grateful to everybody who contributes financially to the show. You guys literally make it possible. You allow us to pay our artists like Jason, our map illustrator like Every Map of Story. You help us cover the cost of just making a stream. So thank you so much for supporting the stream by being a patron, by being a subscriber. If you want to help out the show, that is a great way to do that. You can subscribe right here on Twitch. You can become a patron on Patreon. You could just hit follow and go on over to our Teespring and pick up some sweet Better Than Heroes merch. You can also support the show for completely free by just telling people about it. By just being like, hey, I watched this sweet thing. They were having a wacky time. They love autumn.
They love autumn.
Over there. Which we do.
We do.
We're an autumnal bunch.
It's true.
A bunch of pumpkin spice ladies.
Absolutely.
Just share that you're watching the show, tweet that you're watching. All of that makes a huge difference. If you've got a bud who's not much of a live Twitch watcher, we're also on YouTube and we have a podcast. You can watch it over there. Yeah. We appreciate everything that you do to make this stream awesome, including showing up every Monday to watch us play live. It is almost time for us to play some D&D, but first, it's time to go into last week's recap.
Previously on Better Than Heroes, in the Psychropolis, the mission to assassinate the Elder Brain and destroy the Illithid colony was ever so close to its climax. Gross. Mind flares flooded into the Elder Brain's briny chamber, and the party's longtime allies, the sisters, Nyx and Talon, were overrun. Though Kai tried to intercede, Talon was torn apart as her sister fell beside her. Click sliced the Elder Brain in half, and it exploded in psychic energy. It brought the crew a vision of the colony reaching through realities, grasping at total domination. They used a series of gates that allowed them to travel between universes, sneaking brains from the interdimensional cookie jar. A series of gates made by the legendary wizard Florial himself. Though the Elder Brain was destroyed, to the crew's horror the Mind Flayers remained. Then the Moon Girl Liloon teleported back to the battlefield and rallied everyone to her side. The crew plane shifted away, with far fewer than they had began the journey with. The Brain is dead, but the Mind Flayers didn't all die. Did we blow it? Will this be enough to convince the undying Queen of the Gith to stop her march toward Armageddon? Should we bring her something else, like a fruit basket or some gift cards? Find out right now on Better Than Heroes.
So, we left the crew in a swirl of color as they were inside of this Elder Brain pool, this hidden room deep down underneath the ground on Glyth, the Mind Flayer planet, where you have defeated this supreme Elder Brain, left the Mind Flayers reeling of this universe. And Moon Girl was able to show back up and then pull everyone out of here to teleporting you all away. In fact, not just teleporting, plane shifting you all away to another dimension. And you all go from watching this longtime companion of yours, these two longtime allies of yours, die slowly in front of you. Maybe not slowly, but at least viscerally in front of you. And you all kind
Wasn't
of
great.
with this swirl, this spiral of color that you all see. And I think that this is a distinction I would like to make here. In teleportation, it's really a blast of light. It's more of like a whoom, we're out of here. But in plane shifting, the world spins around you. There's this color that turns into a swirl, and then it kind of rectifies itself wherever you all are. A twist and then untwisting of reality. Instead of this flash, this dematerialization and rematerialization. And you all might intuitively know this at this point too, because you're all higher level folks. But with teleportation, it's more of a our physical bodies are being moved across the plane of existence that we are. So it's more of a horizontal movement. But with plane shifting, it's more of a lateral movement of all of these worlds are on top of each other in some way or another, and you are down upon this plane. And all of you land softly. Your feet kind of hit the ground. You don't drop down. It's more of just you are touching down on the ground in the way that you were before. And you feel the soft give of the earth. This damp ground gives underneath you as if there's a layer of organic material underneath you. And you can smell it and feel it very quickly where you are. You feel this cold wind, which I would say is not chilling, but gives you a chill as you experience it. And you see around you these walls of oranges and browns, and you feel the crisp crunch underneath your feet of this autumnal world that you are inside of currently. You can see that you are in some sort of large hallway, maybe? The ceilings are 60 feet up. You can't see the sky, but you can see outside in front of you. You are in some sort of rotting stone building that has vines growing all throughout it. It has crispy, crackly leaves all over the ground. And you can feel the cold chill of the air. And there's no sign of snow. You aren't freezing, but you are a bit chilly as you are in some sort of extra-dimensional autumnal space. You can see vines growing all around. You can see the woods out of the stone door in front of you. Not a closed door, just more of an archway. And you can see this twilight, this deep dark orange of the sky that is post-sunset but pre-darkness wrapping all around you. And you can see Moon Girl, who has pulled you all here at the center of this group. And before, you saw her in this state that was a bit frantic before she showed up. And since she has left you all, since she took the harp of Florial and left you all, when she returned and when you saw her again, she had a severed hand floating around her head. And you now see, in less of a orbit and more of a bob next to her, almost like one of the floating swords of the Mind Flayers, is her full arm attached to this decrepit hand that is floating next to her. And it seems that there has been a severing that has happened and a joining of her forearm and bicep to this decrepit hand that is floating next to her.
Whoa.
And she falls
Jesus.
down and just kind of falls unconscious on the ground, but the arm still floats in the air.
Oh boy.
And so, you all are in this dark, damp, open room with nothing but twilight light around you. And you seem to be alone currently. And I will leave it to you all on what you want to do.
And do we recognize this as where we met her before?
No, it is definitely not in her little pocket dimension. That is, I would say where you are is a different question, but 100% sure a thing that you know is you are not in her own pocket dimension where you went to before. And you see no signs of the Breeze Traveler. No signs of the other folks that she took out before.
I think first, we need to attend to her. I will move to the Moon Girl to make sure she's okay.
She is actively dying, so she does need a medicine check. Or healing,
okay.
if you have it. It's up to you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna light her up with a healing word.
Sure.
There you go.
What do you say?
Party dart.
What's the healing word?
Party dart. Plantain. Just like here's your medicine.
Just Mama's medicine. It's just a bottle of whiskey.
Wine. I get the white wine.
And you see the decrepit arm that is floating kind of like twitch as this party dart hits her, and she just goes. She's just kind of like reaching around and looking at you all.
I want to look at this decrepit arm hand situation.
Sure.
And try to assess what the fuck that's all about.
You can do an Arcana check, a History check, a Religion check, and you will get different answers depending on what you roll. Flute, if you could also roll a Perception check, that would be great.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I will roll an Arcana check. I still have foresight.
It's true.
Because it's not concentration for her.
This is true.
I have advantage. That is going to be a 23.
Cool. This arm seems to be just laced with necrotic energy. I guess if you have more in-depth questions besides that, you absolutely can tell, but it seems to be not a threat to you, just kind of like hanging out. But it definitely seems to be, if you're thinking about like two versions of Moon Girl, one a necrotic, decrepit version, and one her usual self, this is another stone put on the other pillar of the necrotic version of her.
I got a
I
10
feel like I'm
on
getting
that
further away from
perception check.
Great. You just got brought back to consciousness and thrown into another dimension, so your mind is spinning.
Also, I think still in shock from seeing Callan and Nyx dead back there. I think I'm kind of like, what? We have to go back because there's something wrong. What happened to Talon?
She's gone, man. They got her.
Click will put her hand on Flute's shoulder and say, they fought bravely. It wasn't enough.
I knew they shouldn't have brought their brains.
Nyx is gone too.
And the Breeze Traveler? Where's the Breeze Traveler?
I don't know. Liloon, do you know where we are?
Yeah,
What is this place?
we're safe. No one can come or leave without permission. We're safe. And the Breeze Traveler also I tucked away. Safe. All those little ones are safe.
Where? Where is he?
They're in my little pocket dimension. I made myself. You
Leon?
up into it.
I understand that we're safe. Can you tell me where exactly in all of wild space or beyond we are right now?
Yeah, we needed to go somewhere that wouldn't draw attention. Somewhere that could not be seen. And so we're at the we're at Helix's. The grove of the ever-glowing sky. The grove of the ever-glowing sky. You could see it out the window. She gestures to the stone archway, and she's like, the grove of the ever-glowing sky.
Moonboy runs over and looks out the window and he goes, "My God, we're in Vermont."
This is nice.
Oh wait, no, I don't recognize this place at all.
Neither do I. Is this a plane? Are we in the
Please.
grove of the ever-glowing sky? Is it the Feywild? Is it the...
Yeah, the Feywild. That's the one.
Oh,
It is
sick! Wow, nailed it. Got it in one.
sounds
I'm
like
gonna-
the Feywild.
It does. It sounds hella Feywildy. I'm gonna run over to Laloon and kind of, like take her one good hand and sort of lay her
Arm
down
down.
on the ground. Yeah. And be like, we need more information about this place. Spill the beans. Where are we? Are we in danger? Are you in danger?
No, she says, Helix Lamis Terak is... She's a real one. She won't hurt us. I needed a safe place to isolate us. To deal with what we need to deal with, she says, and maybe, take a breather, she says, as she's like struggling to catch her own breath.
There's a lot.
As everybody, as Click finds out that we're in the Feywild, she does a quick scope for Oxtrillion.
Oh yeah, the fiery elf that is with you. You can do. I think I want you to do an insight check rather than a perception check here. Because it is not hard for you to tell that he is here. For sure.
Yeah. 18.
Okay. You see Oxtrillion, this fiery elf that definitely seems to have a history with the Feywild that you, even in your short time of knowing him, has made very clear. Has always looked twitchy, I would say, but looks extra twitchy currently. And I think there's a little bit of because you rolled high and he rolled so low, there's a little bit that you get from him that he's both excited and nervous at the same time. It's hard to parse out a little bit the difference between those, but he is both worried and stoked simultaneously. As he's over in the corner just talking to himself and setting some little leaves on fire and being like,
I'll kind of send out a telepathic message to Flute and just be like, "Hey, keep an eye on your buddy. He's excited."
He's worried and stoked at the same time.
What's going on with him? Is he smoking weed over there? What's happening?
He's smoking leaves, that's for sure.
He literally, you can tell that the leaves are wet and burning, and they are smoking.
Somebody give him a dentabone. He's freaking out.
Can you roll an insight check?
Worried and... Is there a word for that? I'm asking because my kid and I were just making fun of that Casey Musgrave song where she says if there's only a word for being happy and sad at the same time. And we're like, yeah, Casey, there is. It's called melancholy. And so now I'm like, is there a word for being worried and stoked at the same time?
Is that what melancholy means?
I don't know if that's what melancholy means.
Sure, it's like a sadness that you're wallowing in.
A sadness and a happiness at the same time.
I thought it was just sadness.
To the internet.
Melancholy is just sadness?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought
Maybe.
it was.
Maybe.
I
got a 25 on that insight check.
Flute, I don't think you've ever felt the physical presence of the writer, right? Because he's just this manifestation in your mind and this evil presence that is just lurking around. But he is twitching under your skin right now. And he's not someone that possesses you and lives inside of you, but he is right now just giving you this uncomfortable crawl. He's able to place that upon you because he's feeling it so much that he's trying to instill it in you to some degree too. And I don't even think he's trying. I think it's just you are feeling the residual effects of how uncomfortable he is, and he doesn't even have the strength to like force his way into your mind and like communicate a message, but like you would have to open this door, but you can tell that he is, this presence that is inside of you is deeply uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable in what way?
I think that you would have to speak with him in order to get clarification on it's like the ambient Sunday anxiety, but it's like physically under your skin, and you can't like sort out what direction it's coming from.
My eyes like twitching. Yeah, I'll walk a little bit within sight of the group, but maybe out of earshot, and kind of. I guess I could just try talking to him in my mind, like.
What are you doing? Calm down.
Oh, you don't. Oh, thank fuck. Oh, thank God. It's like you can't. This is bad. This is bad that we're here. I'm already on my last straw right now, man. And are you turning on me right now? Is that what's happening? Are you gonna fucking let him go?
I like he's all like Breaking Bad on me.
Like, well, I don't even know where we are. Calm down. We just escaped. Just calm down. We're just figuring everything out.
Okay, but are you turning on me? Are you gonna? You said you were gonna bring. I was gonna help you. You're bringing this guy to me, right? That's the whole thing. You want to be free. You want your life back. And
yes. Yeah. Obviously, have you not been paying attention to what the fuck just happened? I've been clearly a little busy.
Yeah. Okay. But now we're here. The Feywild, where this guy could just go, is the most powerful that he ever is, and he could just go flying off, flaunting off into his own world here, and that means I wouldn't get him, and you got to bring him back to me, right? You're bringing him back to me, right?
Right. I didn't bring us here to the Feywild. I didn't even know we were coming here.
Okay. And I don't gotta cause any problems for you, he says, just like so limply, like as a threat.
Right. Yeah. When I get the chance, head into the Cove of the Bones to that lion statue.
You promise?
That's the plan.
Okay. He says, because if I fuck this up, I'm gone. And if you won't be free of your deal if I just get caught. You'll have to deal with my boss, and you don't want to deal with my boss.
Oh, it's a fiendish customer service nightmare.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to deal with your boss, and I do want to be out of my contract, so stay the course, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, all right. I'm gonna go do some breathing exercises.
Right, sounds like a good idea.
This was all telepathic, right?
I guess, was it?
Sure. I mean, you can roll a performance check. I just like giving Andrew chances to roll performance checks.
It's the only thing I'm good at. A 25. It was my standard mediocre roll, but it's a 25.
Yeah, if anyone wants to roll an insight check on that, they absolutely can, but it just seems that he's...
Well, we can't hear them, right?
Sure, yeah.
I'm pretending to pee. I'm pretending to pee by a tree.
Flute's just composing
Insight
himself in the corner. Yeah.
My passive insight would not get that, so I think you're
Great.
just vibing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Click, what are you doing in this world?
Extremely suspicious. I'm like, This is not a place she has been before. This is not a place she feels safe. And Laloon isn't a person that she trusts whole-chestedly.
What are we doing?
Roll a perception check.
Moving? Oh, sorry.
Not great. Perception. 14.
Cool. I mean, you can speak to this however you want, but I would say that I don't think it's an overstep for me to say you're just like a little frazzled at this point, a little like overstimulated, where you're landing in this new place. You can see in all these directions. You have all these senses, and you're just like trying to pull everything in. And the crackle of the leaves of everyone stepping is like kind of setting off your protective instincts, where you just can't like get any specific insight from where you are. You know that you're in this like broken down, abandoned stone building that seems to have leaves scattered all about it, roots growing through all the stone, ivy growing everywhere, but that's about it.
What are we doing? Can we rest here?
I don't know. I think we should
think we're
In
safe.
bad shape.
maybe we should
need
try to
to
find
go
this,
and talk to
this
the-
person she was talking about.
Lord of the Dance,
Right.
whoever it is.
Some sort of stag-headed marvel, no doubt.
There's a lot to unpack about what just happened, but need to
Yeah.
We just
Can
need
you?
a safe
get
place
to
to
safety
rest
and
for tonight.
rest.
I mean, does this place look safe and unbothered? Can you tell us a little bit more about the room?
I think Laloon will say out loud immediately, like, yes, this is a place to sleep. This is why I had to push past what I could do because I knew we all needed rest. And she's like, I brought you to the first place that I knew that you could for sure rest safely. So you're in these like decrepit stone, like you all haven't like left the stone building. So I will say that like, if anyone wants to go explore, they can. But right now you are all in this like,
Wish to
just
rest.
like old, it looks like an old church almost without any, pews or altars or anything like this. It's just this like cobblestone, stacked, rickety building that seems to be sound enough, but not, like it seems very old and has all this plant growth through it and this like very thick layer of leaves on the ground. But there doesn't seem to be any threats that you all can see, just kind of this ever dwelling twilight in the distance.
Well, we can't do anything until we rest.
Let's get some sleep.
Yeah. I will.
Should probably take a watch.
Yes.
Maybe Australian could keep watch.
I'll go first.
Yes, I will. I'm happy to take first
No,
watch.
I can do the thing. Click and I don't fully sleep.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we.
I will take first
Trusting.
watch, Australian says.
Yeah, you've got a weird,
It's all right.
you've got a vibe
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. On the home again. Get
Don't seem
get
like-
back on the home again.
You don't seem like much of a sleeper.
Why would anyone sleep here? You don't need to.
Really?
You don't need to sleep here?
Oh, I'm sure if you all need to sleep here, but
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You don't.
I'm home.
Right.
Free.
Yeah.
Free and home.
Well, stay with us. It's
Yes.
you don't go anywhere.
He says, I will not wander off. He says, I need you all as much as you need me.
Interesting.
Makes me nervous, but all right.
Right.
Good.
Yeah, and you see Olaphenticula's kind of like in the corner, picking up some leaves, smelling them, tasting them, feeding some to Clang.
No,
Right,
get that. Don't.
someone better go check on Olfaticulus. He's
I'll go.
eating leaves again.
They're probably safe to eat.
Come get your boy.
I don't know. We're in the Feywild, you know. Don't
He's
eat
written
anything.
several books about edible leaves, so if there's anyone who would know about the subject, which ones are safe to eat and which are not, he might.
The Leaves in the Toilet by Olaphanticulus.
Ridiculous. Heinrich Hammerstein. I'm going to go and talk to Papa.
Yes.
I will go over and...
He's like, oh.
You alright?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I am saddened by the death of allies and friends. I'm doing what I can, which is brewing some organic material for tea to calm myself down.
Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Do you have the
Tea
arm?
sounds like a good idea. What did you say?
Do you have the do you have the arm?
Yes, I do. You made
made
this,
it.
right? I will say as I
Yes.
take it out. Sorry, you're a little hard to hear, Papa.
Yes, I made the arm.
What? I will,
Yes,
I will produce it.
I made the arm.
I was just kidding. Yeah, I will produce the arm and look at it.
And you see, like, his eyes get glassy immediately, and he's like, I was not sure who this arm was for, but it's clear it was for her. And I should have known, I should have listened. That when I make something for someone who requests it, that it's made for them, but you doubt always. It's sad that this is what remains. Because this is not the best part of her.
No.
This is simply what I made.
But, perhaps some of her essence remains.
It's difficult to tell, he says. What is essence but a reminder, a memory? It's difficult to tell what is a memory and what is a remainder.
Can I do like a insight check?
Yeah,
medicine
absolutely,
check?
absolutely. And you can do so with
It
advantage
seems
too.
like-
Yeah, you can do so with advantage because you know him well.
I am still like lit up with foresight with my fucking third eye blaring. Like, yes, Papa.
Yeah, that Molly's still
We
rolling,
see
baby.
all
Let's go.
fates laid out before us. You have dementia in all of them.
Oh.
15.
He is sad. I think that is the main vibe you're getting off of him, is that he's like legit
I knew it.
has been seeing this larger group, seems to be like in the same way that Laloon feels attached to you all. He's not the same like chit-chatty person that Laloon is, but he has really absorbed the trajectory of y'all's story and has known, clearly had some connection with Talon outside of you all as well, and is just mourning right now.
I know he's had stuff going on. He just didn't seem totally.
Yeah, I think it's a fair insight check too, and I think the result is that I'm not hiding anything in the dice. He's just like
He's just upset.
fucking broken up about Nyx and Talon being gone.
I'll sort of help him sit down in his chair from being up eating leaves, and I will
What is
Bring
this?
up
You
a
made a
teapot.
lasagna out of leaves.
begin to brew him some tea.
Amazing. Can you roll a perception check for me?
Yes, I can. I have advantage because I see all fates. Ships Ahoy has granted me sight beyond sight. That's 19.
As you're brewing the tea, another hand pops out of the ground and it begins stirring the tea for you. And it's made of these brown, orange, and amber leaves. And it is just contributing helpfully to your process of making tea.
Is this just does it feel like just sort of an autumnal tea coziness spirit?
Yeah, I think with that...
That's what I feel like it is.
Sure, yeah. I think I want you to roll an insight check for this, but yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. 17. Oh, wait, I have advantage. 17.
Cool. We're on dog shit tonight, so it's just letting me tell a story, no problem. Yeah, it seems to be it does not seem to be malicious, and I think you would even recognize this as some sort of dryadic figure, some sort of dryad that is a part of the space that you were inside of, that is witnessing the story in the moment that is happening between the two of you all, and is just participating and is helping and just wants to be there to make sure tea's brewed properly, and does not seem to be malicious. There does seem to be, but I will say with that very successful roll, based on what I rolled, there does seem to be a presence observing you all, but not maliciously acting in any way.
Right. Yeah, I will brew together some tea, and I will pour him some. I don't have... And as I talk to him, I will begin ritual casting Find Familiar to bring
Love it.
back Messner, my familiar.
Can we say that these autumnal hands, these leaf hands, are helping you in the spell casting as they show up and are just holding pieces for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Cool.
It creeps. Click out.
Yeah, it's a little
Just, she doesn't shoot it because Kai doesn't react in a violent way, but it's not. She's
I think they're cool. We've been, We've got PTSD from any kind of tendrils, I think, for a while.
Would you like to roll a insight check, Click, as you're witnessing this? Go for it.
12.
Cool.
Nice.
The hands don't seem to be a threat.
Yeah.
They're also now holding Moon Boy. Moon Boy's nap, maybe just relaxing in some way, and the hands are just propping him up and cradling him.
Kind of nice. You guys, trust the hands. These ones, do the lower back.
Yeah.
Yes, this one's kind of helping me out of the lumbar situation. Yes. Oh, maybe you could help me with, and Moonboy's going to get up, and he's going to begin drawing a circle around the center of this room, and he's going to kind of implore some of these hands to help him with the runes and such. And he's going to take 10 minutes to draw a magic circle and cast that with the intention that it affects fey creatures.
Sure, yeah. I think that all of these hands are staying well outside of the circle, but have no problem assisting you. They're handing you twigs and bark and stones and are just kind of floating around this circle that is happening.
Yeah. It's times like this I wish I could remember the name of my familiar. She was a good little bat. Luna? Terry? Brad?
Could try getting another familiar. Wouldn't be replacing your old familiar, but
but it could try. Thank you,
Try.
Kai.
And you could resent it for that.
Yes.
And
Well,
your
we should be
relationship
safe.
grow, hence,
Should be safe to take a rest.
yes, good. Go to sleep, boy. Here's a night pickle.
You see all these hands just like start like pulling up a bed of leaves around Moonboy and like stroking his hair and kind of like yeah.
Form the leaves into a rudimentary barrel, please.
And Moon Girl, her head is just now like sticking out of a pile of leaves, and she's like, "It's fine, it's fine." She says as she's like falling asleep.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Moon Girl, this kind of feels like we're freezing to death, doesn't it?
Oh, I've frozen to death before. It's much worse.
Drowning then.
No, she says this is autumnal. It's fine.
Ah, yes.
It's cozy.
It is. And he's gonna fall asleep.
Cool. Anyone want to do anything else before the group starts to initiate a long rest inside of this decrepit stone building?
No.
Great.
Once Bessner arrives, I would have her do a sort of a fly around, but that's it.
Sure. Yeah. So Moonboy, Flute, you both are falling asleep. Click and Kai, you all don't need to sleep, but have your own ritual here. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yes.
Flute and Moonboy, can I both have you roll Constitution saving throws?
Oh boy.
We had that amulet with us.
This is
Yeah,
true.
for detection. This is something else, but yeah.
Is this a magical effect?
Yeah.
I critted.
So critted.
I didn't. I got a 10.
Critted,
I rolled only 10s tonight.
Cool. That is exactly the DC that you needed to hit, though, Flute, to be able to fall asleep in this world that is outside of time.
That's good.
Yeah, so you all, although you are uncomfortable, Flute, I would say, like Moonboy, you critted, so you are being, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Just
You
full
got
on
it.
falling asleep mid-conversation.
Yep. And Flute, you're
Where do you
able.
think,
swallows
where do you
his
think we are,
tongue.
Moonboy?
Vermont, he
I was trying
whispers
to
as he
go
goes to
slumber
sleep.
party mode.
What do you think's gonna happen to us next, Moonboy? He's gargling on his own spit.
And then Flute, you take some tossing and turning, but you get a nice comfortable pile of leaves going and fall asleep. Click Kai, you all are hanging out watching the crew. You see Olaphanticulus is snoozing. I'll roll for him. Yeah, he succeeded. And Moon Girl also succeeded, so both of them are snoozing as well. So it's just Kai and Click. You all are sitting around long enough to witness these hands do a nice little ceremony. These like leaf hands all of a sudden are doing what looks like coordinated dancing. Like what are those synchronized swimmers?
Synchronized.
Yeah, they're like kind of like
sure.
doing a small dance together, and then they just spit out your familiar Bessner, who she just like kind of like flies out of the leaves all of a sudden. And you all are here floating in this kind of like suspended twilight state of the world. If you'd like to talk to each other or do anything before you all take the rest that you need to and take the watch that you need to.
We'll have, I will allow Bessner to sort of land on my outstretched finger. Regard her for a moment and shake the leaves off of her. Well done,
Don't.
Bessner. You're the,
Don't trust a gift given to you by this place.
I think they were just helping, or at least trying to. Look, they made Flute a sweater.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about.
Nice, it's a cardigan.
Nobody
still,
likes Flute when they first meet him. Why are they making him a sweater?
I think that's what they do. I'm still in, foresight mode, so I'm a little far away.
Yeah, coming down.
Not even. It lasts for, I think, a while.
That's
Either 8
insane.
hours or 24 hours, I don't know. But it's got a while to go. It's been going for, 10 minutes. Now it's been going for longer. It's been going for, a couple hours.
We let our friends die in there.
Do not let them die.
No, we didn't stop it.
This is war. Click. Lock da. You of all of us should know. War is death. You can't escape it.
They didn't want war. They just wanted peace. And yet, we brought them to the brink of it.
You're not to blame.
No. But I don't know how to end the ones who are. At least tonight, we rest together.
Yes. We survived, and we have far yet to go. Even though we've walked so far already.
Do you think we're helping?
Huh?
Do you think we're helping?
We're trying.
Is that enough?
It depends.
Rest easy, friend.
You too.
Dream of the dinger. And the captain. Goat. Golden
don't
ship in
dream.
the sky. Yeah, but it's nice to think about.
I do think. Sometimes
Yeah.
I think that wherever people go to when they dream is where I came from in the first place. That's probably not true. It's probably the foresight talking, but
Can you sleep like that?
no, definitely not. I'm gonna be up. I'm gonna be so hungover tomorrow. Drained off foresight.
Oh, well.
I hope we are helping.
I'm just glad we go
order-
to sleep with our brains tonight.
The order that we upset was untenable. You can see that. It would have caused destruction had we done nothing. And destruction may yet still occur, but it's not only for us to decide.
Yeah. Talon and Nyx knew what they walked into. I just wish they could walk out with us.
Too. I will sort of hold the hand of the arm as I hold it up and look at it. Regard it.
Everybody's losing limbs out here, huh? She'll gesture to Moon Girl's hovering limb.
Yes, I'm not certain what is going on with that. The Foriel How he fits into this, I am unsure. But I can see him somewhere in our future. And
Yeah. I don't trust the bastard myself.
I mean, they were responsible for the machinery the mind flayers were using to do whatever the fuck they've been doing.
What could he possibly benefit from that, from those monsters?
Maybe he's just bored. Some immortal off playing with games that mortals don't understand. Maybe. I don't know. I would surely like for them to explain themselves.
Do you think they will? Can't imagine them just turning around and being like, oh, by the way,
They don't
this is
explain
what we've been up to.
Right? Maybe. If we can get to them. If they don't, if they don't want to talk to us, maybe they'll talk to Slow Death. She still wants to meet them.
It's true. I forgot we still owed a dragon a favor. Problem for future us. And fuck those guys, right?
That's right.
When you say that, you hear a applause break of laughter. And you look around and you see maybe 25 very small twig-like creatures wearing like leafy clothing have all gathered around to listen to you talk. And they have these white masks of faces that looks like stones just shoved into mud, as they are all just like standing there and listening to you all talk. And when you say that, they like laugh and like clap their little tiny like dark hands.
Yeah. Guests.
You hear from one of them.
Essner will fly down and land next to one of them.
A bunch of them like run away from Bessner like it's a horrible bird landing.
Kind of. That's what I thought.
A few of them stand in like defensive positions, like
Should,
ready to protect the rest of them.
she's not being aggressive.
One of them pushes aside the defensive ones and walks up and seemingly silences them and says, "Oh, c'est mon river," and like walks over to Bessner and says, "Oh, c'est vous, tout vous," and like gestures at her kindly.
Nice. She will sort of. She just kind of keeps just looking him over. Doing that, let's Bester and I make a perception check.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Check this guy out, see what his deal is,
Mm-hmm, totally.
since that's what's happening. Kid. $17.
It seems actively interested in being hospitable to you. Like the one little creature that seems to have this like plume of leaves up around their head is like both negotiating with these tiny creatures and then like gesturing. You can't speak the language or understand what's happening here. And I know you have that language ability, but like in this moment you don't understand, but it's like becoming very clear to you quickly that there's this one creature like negotiating on behalf of you and Bessner, like to the crowd. And as your language ability starts to kick in here, you hear them saying, "They are visitors in this land, and we should be hospitable to these majestic creatures. They are either friends, prisoners, or guests of our queen, and so we should either way, not make enemies of them. And you hear the crowd say, ooh, yes. One says, but they are so funny. And the other one says, but they are so annoying. And the other one says, oh, I just am here because I'm bored. And she's like, quiet. We shall listen. And the whole crowd says, yes. And they all sit down cross-legged.
We're just trying to go to bed, actually.
It's nice to know that there's still some friendliness out there.
Yeah, that's true.
They all laugh as if it was a joke that you made.
This is a nice place.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't seem to respond. Yeah.
All right, I will turn my attention away from them. Best I can leave them alone. Doesn't seem like they... I guess we could talk to them. I can understand them. You want to ask them anything?
I don't know, I just kind of want to go to bed.
Go ahead.
Well, go to bed.
Right. Just close your eyes and think about something better.
You see a tiny one say, it is time to sound the resting horn. And another one goes, the resting horn. And you see this tiny little shell get brought out by 6 of them. These ant-like creatures that are all decked in this leaf-like clothing and have these bright ivory-looking masks on. And they pull out this shell, and one of them blows it very loudly for them, which is a small... Yeah.
Oh, if I think I'm going to hear it, I'm yoinking this horn from their mouth.
No. As you start to yoink, you just hear...
Right.
It's like a noise machine of the night. Just, yeah. It's like a white noise. Yeah.
A little autumnal breeze.
Mm-hmm.
It smells like pumpkin pie.
And you all are able to take a long rest here in this space that Loon has brought you into, which means you all are going to level up to level 15, get all your spell slots back, all your hit points back. And it seems like Loon has brought you to a place where you are not bothered, I will say. But we'll find out if you can get out of this space after we take a break here where we drink, pee, and we'll be back in just 5 minutes. So see you in a second.
Hell yeah.
Oh, we're out.
Crazy.
I hope you brought us back just for that.
Yeah, Aaron's catchphrase.
Yeah.
You want to say it one? They didn't hear it. You want to say it one more time so they can hear it?
No, I don't even
You
remember.
have to. All right, cool. So Patreon
I'm Jewish,
only. Patreon
So
only.
talking about who else is Jewish,
Yeah.
which is what we like to do. We like food, and we like to talk about who's dead and who's Jewish.
And who's dead and Jewish?
That's pretty much, that's a big one. Historical figures who might have been Jewish, huge. My mom found out.
Might
that
have been?
Christopher, my mom got this, yeah. My mom.
Caesar.
It's like
At one point.
a queer coded I think they might have been.
It is.
You know,
my mom
I
had this
heard
whole
Abraham
fucking,
Lincoln's bodyguard was Jewish.
Yeah, my mom had this whole fucking conspiracy theory about how Christopher Columbus was Jewish, and all of the guys on his ship were Jewish because it was around the time of the Spanish Inquisition, and there were a lot of Jews, whatever.
Is that one you want to claim, though? I feel like that's one you're, like,
Not
if they
me.
were, you'd be like, I don't think they were. Like, yeah.
Well, she,
Wow.
that's what she was thinking about.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Christopher Columbus, he used to have a different reputation. Even as little as 20 years ago, people
She
were like,
wasn't,
Columbus Day.
If she was still alive, she would maybe now be on the Christopher Columbus was a piece of shit tip. 'Cause,
Yeah.
she was a smart, woke lady, but
Yeah, you're now being speculative about your mom being Jewish. You're like, if she was alive today, she would be Jewish in the sense that she would
she would have
be against Christopher
continued
Columbus.
to be Jewish, and in fact, she has continued. And if anything, her death has enhanced her Jewish. If anything, it's made her even more Jewish. It's increased her power.
Can't say the same with my dead mom in Catholicism, but still, I feel like the Venn diagram is there of your point that you're making.
Yeah.
My dead mom is more powerful than your dead mom.
I mean,
There's a whole field of plants that would argue with you, but we can get into that another time.
I mean, look, Christopher Columbus's death made him more Jewish.
Yeah,
Okay, so
we've derailed. I is thinking about some other shit.
what is
He's far away thinking about Jewish moms.
So Kai and Click don't need to sleep here, but there is a moment where they do need to rest, and their consciousness does need to not be as aware as usual. So I will tell you that both of you are going to wake up in the arms of tree branches. And I just need you to both give us that moment where Click and Kai, you specifically, like, have your moment of rest, and then you kind of come back to whatever consciousness. Like, you're not fully gone in any way, but there's just going to be a point where you are then held, cradled by a tree branch. You're not restrained, just kind of like scooped up. And I want Kai and Click for you to give us that moment first.
You know when you wake up and you know you're late already?
Yes.
That's how Click wakes up. It's fast and angry, and is like, and is standing, like, crawls like she fell asleep on a spider, and woke
as
up.
you start to fall, all of these like branches of the tree just kind of like put themselves in front of your feet so that you don't fall like 25 feet out of the air. As you realize
we're 20 feet in the air?
Yes, you realize you're no longer inside of the building that you were in before, but have been pulled out,
aware.
plucked out, and are now, I mean, we'll get to that guy. And you just have gone from standing, stepping to where you are to then being up in the air. And as you kind of just like realize this moment of consciousness and you skitter around, it like catches you and rights you. And again, is not restraining you, but making sure that you're held as you float above the edge of this tree line that seems to expand forever as far as you can see. This large twilight woods, and the time doesn't seem to have changed. It doesn't seem to have you're not in like sunrise.
It's in the same like position. you know?
But you do feel
Same.
rested, but you're being like held by this tree, kind of on this infinite autumnal woods. So, Kai, how did you get in this spot? Yeah.
How did I get in this spot?
Well, more of like, what is the moment where you go from some sort of rest that you need to take to
Right.
being scooped up by this tree?
I would, sort of be surprised because usually I have some awareness of what's going on. Be like, oh, it happened again. Slept with a tree person.
And I think this one, because the tree itself knows how aware you are, it's like real frog and hot water vibes where you're like just getting slowly the whole time. You're kind of like being brought back to consciousness every time that you notice you're being moved, but you're like, am I in the same spot? Yes, until you're fully outside.
I've sort of given myself over to the weird hospitality spirit of whatever is going on here.
Yeah.
I will, sort of, we're up in the air, and I will kind of gently pull away and start floating under my own power. But I will stay here.
I think it doesn't fight. It doesn't fight that against you at all. So you're not restrained. So yeah, you can just kind of as well. You see Click like righting themselves, holding their weapon, looking around, and you're floating next to them. You see Moon Boy and Flute both just like totally fine, like slowly waking up. And Australian is hold on. Moon Girl Laloon is like very hospitably cradled by a tree branch, just tucked in the crux of two pieces of wood, as she's in this crescent moon shape almost, with the whole arm, decrepit arm, just like floating next to her, bobbing like a sword with a float like stuck through a piece of foam in the water next to her. And Australian's chair is just fully being held by a tree branch, and he's dad asleep in it. And Clang is sitting on a small next to it. Olfentigulus, sorry, yeah. I keep going to Australian because Australian is not being represented here because you currently cannot see Australian. And but I would love to get a little description from Flute and Moonboy on how you all wake up in this tree house of a situation.
Flute is little spooning on Moonboy. It's like a Moonboy backpack.
Yeah.
But for the butt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Moonboy kind of wakes up and rolls over
Nuzzles.
and rubs his eyes, and he's sort of sitting there looking a little bewildered. And he kind of looks down at his hands and realizes that he's here, and he says, I had a dream. I dreamed of the moon. The moon visited me. The moon is out there. It's okay. I think it's okay. Or maybe it was just a dream. And he kind of pulses his hands, and he's like, pew! I feel powerful. You guys feel like you leveled up or something?
Yeah, I kind of yawn and little lightning crackles in my hands, like, oh.
Yeah, right?
I feel both as though something inside of me has grown stronger, and also as though something inside of me has died.
Forever.
I feel like it's time to go.
Well, hang on. I'm gonna make us some breakfast. And Moonboy,
In the sky?
Well, hang on. And he goes around and he begins kind of whispering little words and blowing little puffs of pollen into the plants that are around, and all of these autumnal plants begin fruiting with strange gourds and berries. And he goes, "To you, my friends, a feast fit for heroes."
You did it again.
I've done it, haven't I?
Did it again.
I like this new
And this is
Moonboy
a
chef.
hero's- It's a hero's feast.
Kai, how do you feel about it?
So how do I feel about it?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Kai realizes that where once upon a time he would have been aghast at the idea of someone else making breakfast, the morning, especially the morning after a big battle, Kai realizes that he hadn't even been thinking about it.
Moonboy also will kind of look at Kai and be like, these are good. These are plenty good by themselves, but if you wanted to zhuzh some of these up. I know these autumn dawn gourds make a wonderful frittata.
Wonderful, moon boy.
I believe these are called scream berries because when you eat them, you go, "Ah, these are so good."
Beautiful. So,
Luna's like, are there any hover crumpets? I seem to remember hover crumpets.
I could make some.
I wouldn't object, she says. I'll just bring you. I just brought you all to my safe place, and so maybe the least that can be done for me is hover crumpets. She says in like a real mom shady but doesn't mean it way.
Of course. She's looking at this giant hero's feast. She's like, they don't have that.
Okay, what I've made is not enough for you. I understand.
Have hover crumpets.
I thought they would have hover crumpets.
Waiter,
Like asking for English muffins.
Bring me a pack of Marlboro Lights in a box. Marlboro Lights 100s. Soft pack.
Unless they come longer.
Give me the 120s.
And,
Give me the 150s. Tell the chef to make 150s. He knows me.
the tree just seems to be like forming around you all as all these actions are happening, like a table, kind of like a large branch moves itself over slowly and just kind of like expands itself a bit. So there's this like sitting space for you all and a small like wooden table inside of it. And you all are up like, 25 feet up in the air on this like huge tree branch in this expansive sea of autumnal woods. This word is gonna kill me. And everything seems to just be fine all of a sudden, except that Australian is missing, and Nixon Talon just died. So, but besides that, everything is fine.
No biggie. Australian is gone?
Nowhere to be seen.
Oh.
I will send Bessner.
You guys get...
My eyes twitching again, like...
Oh boy.
You guys' hit point maximum increases by 16.
Ooh.
Permanently?
Look at you.
No, just for the Hero's Feast inning.
Well, I haven't even calculated my new hit points, so there. 16, you say?
16.
So does that raise your HP or does that just raise the max?
Yes. It raises the hit point. Its hit point maximum also increases by 2d10, and it gains the same number of hit points.
So it's a unique thing about Heroes Feast because there's a lot of things that do temporary hit points on top of your hit points max, but Heroes Feast specifically is more powerful than temporary hit points in the fact that you can heal those hit points as well. So for the duration of the spell, you have 16. The max HP that you have is 16 above what your usual hit points are.
No. No.
Seems okay.
So yep, you all are just in this tree having a nice breakfast, and I will kind of like leave it to you all. Moon Girl she seems nonplussed about her arm that is now significantly more decayed. Oliventiculus seems distracted, but would like to also have breakfast in this realm. And Australian
Is it more decayed than yesterday?
Oh, no. It did not advance past what you saw the advancement. So it is her full arm, and it does not seem to have decayed more.
Okay.
Okay.
Then, what are we even worried about?
I'll tell you, she's not bringing it up for sure. So.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt anymore.
Can I kind of go over and sit down? I'll bring the Moon Girl a plate of various autumnal gourds and berries and mushrooms. And I'm going to sit down and be like, here you go. So, what's with the arm?
She says, I haven't seen grow fruit like this in centuries. She says, you've really plucked it up there, Moon Boy.
It's the first time I've seen it at all.
Oh, yes, this is an old favorite space of mine, and I appreciate you. You've really seemed to have brought out the best in it, so thank you, she says as she, munches on berries.
Well, I appreciate you coming to our rescue back there. It seems to have, taken a lot out of you.
Oh, she says, no. I mean, I am happy to save the day. You all are the way, the truth, and the light of this world, so if I can contribute a little bit, I'm happy to help.
Is there?
You squashed the Elder Brain. That was incredible. I mean, that is a centuries-old problem, something that the Cisterns were never able to really fully engage with, but you all had such decisive action, and, that's going to make a difference moving forward.
Look, I feel like you're avoiding the question about your arm.
Oh, this thing? She says, who cares? You all,
I care.
Yeah, but there's...
Look at that, and you seem pretty sad about it. No. I could maybe grow you a new one. Oh.
No. She said, I understand your inclination there, but I promise you don't want to grow me a new arm right now. Because to grow me would to grow this thing, she says.
What is this thing?
Every action has a response, blah, 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 blah. The point is that we're getting closer to y'all's goal, to y'all saving this universe and getting, to being there where you need to be. So that's been my whole goal. And you see, I mean, Moon Boy.
Moon Girl.
Yes.
Moon Girl.
Moon.
You're doing it again.
Doing what?
You're being precious with your storyline.
Well, you don't remember yours, so what do you want from me?
Sure I do. I was Cyrillethic, a bastard. And I met him, and I faced him, and I realized that whether I run from him or not, he's always going to be a part of me.
Sure.
And I'll never escape him because he's right here, inside my hat. Oh, I got my hat back.
Yes, that's the moon. That's not you. She says, that doesn't matter. What I'm here to do is make sure that you're alive and your essence is continuing. So don't you worry about little old me.
Fair enough. Look, if you can get them back, get their bodies back.
Who's them?
Nyx, Talon.
Mm-hmm.
I could bring them back.
Do you want me to go? Do you want me to go back into the? I can go get back there, but I can't promise you that I'll return. I'll do it if you feel like it's important, but
I could do the same thing. I'm not trying to stunt on you.
But. No, we're on the same page.
We got Talon's arm. Can't we bring her back for that?
Flute, I didn't know you were here. Holy shit.
God. We're literally standing right at his feet.
Sorry, she says she's being held by a branch as they're casually moving you all closer and farther away from the table and scooping you up as you all are having conversation, and she was just surprised as she was zoning in on Moon Boy. It was yes, you're here too. Look, I'm sorry about your friend.
Which?
Australian.
Him?
Australian. I'm sure he will be returned appropriately.
Where was he taken?
Oh, right.
Oh, yes. I'm sure that Helix has handled him appropriately, and that he will be returned effectively, and he's just no longer a worry of yours.
Oh, he's no worry.
Would I say that my connection with the writer is magic? Is there magic that connects him to me?
Absolutely. He's a demonic being from another universe that is providing you power.
Great.
100%.
And I'm going to hop out of the tree and wind my fingers together, and a sphere forms around me as I cast anti-magic field, killing any magical effect around me. And the permanent twilight of the Feywild washes out into a very drab, gray half-tones. And I'll tell my friends, like,
We need to find Australian and figure out what to do with the rider. He's crawling around in my skin.
Kai falls to the ground.
yeah, you got to stay out of it. I would stay.
What did you
out.
do? What have you done to him?
No, I would stay. I would stay
wake
away. I guess this is my first time ever casting it, so yeah, maybe I accidentally nick Kai with it.
Oh no.
It's fine. It's fine. I've seen this before. He'll turn back on. We just gotta.
And he kind of starts blowing under Kai's helmet.
Oh, thank God! I thought you were at the butt.
Yeah, Kai,
You think the butt would be better? I'll try the butt.
You've been in an anti-magic field a couple of times, and I will say, let's just have you roll, just for the fun of it, just for the narrative
It's had
purposes.
varying effects on me.
Can you roll a Constitution saving throw?
Yeah, maybe we roll for it.
Just this is like, I promise I won't hold this against you. This is for pure flavor.
Let's skip. My Constitution is really good, so it's a 16, but I rolled a 2.
Wow.
You
Amazing.
you just start puking. Like, yeah, you're like,
I don't do that.
yeah, I know. So give us, like, what is Kai, like, being volatilely sick look like?
What does Kai puke?
Just like, I think there's just like errant magic, just sort of like pouring off of him.
Oh God. Okay. All right. Listen.
You're kind of like,
just like modem
disassembling and like
noises and
reassembling yourself. Yeah,
Just like sparking.
All right. Look.
I think when he's in an
Flute
anti-magic
Rider-
field, it's like he either goes essentially dormant or is able to kind of function if he's able to pull it together. That's always how I've imagined it.
yeah. That's
to-
yeah.
I'll need to turn this off soon. It's severing our connection, but he knows it.
Look, we've got a plan for him. If we can get him to manifest, we can deal with him. We can seal him in one place.
If we go to the Cove of the Bones, to that gate, he'll be there. And I think it'll be the real him, not this illusory version.
All right.
Click.
Kai,
can you Click? Can you telepathically communicate with people without you initiating it? You just have like a party line open. I can't remember how your telepathy works.
No, I believe I have to reach out.
Okay, cool. Then
I will double check though.
Then I want everyone to roll a perception check in this moment.
It doesn't say. It just says you may communicate telepathically with a creature within 30 feet of you. You don't need to share a language.
I don't know if I should be rolling since I'm
yeah, just don't. You're dormant. Don't do it.
Damn,
24.
I rolled a natural 20.
Don't worry, you have plenty more. Flute, what'd you get?
Oh, sorry. What was I rolling?
A perception.
Dirty 20.
And then Click, what'd you get?
Also a dirty 20.
Ooh, both of you roll again.
Double dirties.
Double dick.
Oh, critical fail.
19.
Oh, no. I got a 24, Harlan.
Cool. So everyone notices this, and Click, you notice that Flute is noticing this, as Moon Girl is tugging at your sleeve and is over there being like,
What?
She's like tapping at her head and being like,
Do you need some kind of... I don't have any of the medicine.
"Don't no." She's like, "Talk to me. Talk to me."
No. Oh. Chill. What? What?
I don't think we should take that. I brought us here because I want Auxtrillion to stay in the Feywild. I
Why?
thought it was a safe
Why do you
place for
care?
us because I don't think it's the right thing for Flute. And by that I mean I don't think it's the right thing for Moonboy if Auxtrillion goes back to the Cove of the Bones, the opening to hell.
I mean, what do you know about it? This is all flute steel. This doesn't have anything to do with this.
I'm just fully operating on gut instinct. I have no proof. It's just what I've observed so far. I don't think we should do it.
Well, otherwise he's gonna stay trapped with this devil inside him forever.
I think
What are we
that's
supposed to
better.
do?
I think that's totally fine.
It doesn't seem... I think it sounds like he's gonna be eaten from the inside by some kind of demon.
I have no issue with that. I think it's better.
I have an issue with that. Believe it or not.
Well, sometimes your friends have to make fucking sacrifices. She says, totally losing it. Like,
Yeah.
in this moment, telepathically.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't think we've made sacrifices? You
Yes,
just
I
saw
do
what
think
we
you've made
went
sacrifices.
through.
I think my friends have made sacrifices. I'm just saying that I don't fucking care how he handles things. I just think that he shouldn't return the thing. She just is like losing it and just like screaming mentally.
But it's telepathically, so it looks like
Yeah.
you're just having a
Just
staring
a
contest.
vein is pulsing.
Yeah, cut to we're all looking at her. Are you okay? What's
Just like
this?
glass
What is it?
clinking.
A bunch of these tree
What is
spirits
it you're
are just
not
like
telling
serving
us?
tea.
What do we not know?
I think that from what I know, she says, like clearly doing breathing exercises, and she's like, from what I know, I think it would be a bad idea since we're all invested in the fate of the universe here. I think it would be a bad idea if a devil got a hold of an entity that could burn eternal flame forever.
The plan was never to give that. No, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah, you're not here, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's that simple. I don't think it's a choice between not and do. Of course, we're not just going to hand Auxtrillion over to the devil, but that's our friend, and he's trapped.
Sure. But I think if you ask Auxtrillion where he wants to go, he'll say, stay here on the Feywild. And so I think that you should respect that wish, and I'm pro that. So...
Yeah, well, that's... I guess we don't see eye to eye on this one.
Okay, well, fuck me. She said, and she just like said, she's at this point, she just like she walks away from Click and just says, well, fuck me, right? And she just like walks away, and like
what
a
was
tree
that?
branch scoops her
Where's she
up,
going?
and like some of these spirits that you like, these like leaf spirits that you saw before, just like start feeding her some bird eggs from that they've roasted from out of nowhere.
oh,
As she storms by, she kind of bumps into Kai, and he like slumps over further and knocks over some stuff on the table, and kind of slowly sprawls onto the ground.
I'm going to. Moonboy's going to look at Windrider and be like, Windrider, can you cast greater invisibility?
Yes.
A bunch
Could you do
of elemental like these like leaf beings like clap when you say yes. Is they're like clearly
you do it?
listening to you.
Could you do it twice?
Yes.
Woo! They a bunch
Actually,
of
I
them say,
don't think I can.
Thank you.
Let me look it up real quick. I don't remember if it's a concentration. I'm pretty sure it is. In which case, I can't.
Can you make
Do
two
it.
of us go invisible greaterly? Kai?
Nope.
Question?
I could do regular invisibility and no, because regular also takes concentration.
All right.
Kai
Looks like
As
like
Kai
Kai's-
falls onto the ground into a weird position, he's like propped up against the table, and it kind of looks like he's nodding when you ask him if he asks greater enough.
I think Kai might have it too. Look, we'll deal with the wind rider or the rider problem. But do you think you could drop the anti-magic field just so Kai can come back a little bit?
Right. Well, we just need to track down Australian, convince him to go to the Cove of the Bones. And we could deal with the rider. All right.
Right. Okay.
I'm dropping it now.
I'll drop the anti-magic field.
There's a blackness beyond death. There's a place beyond the void.
Okay. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. I've been there too. I've seen it. It's okay. You're back. All right.
Oh, I hate that.
Holy shit. So funny.
Sorry, Kai, you just glitched out for a
Oh,
second.
boy.
I'm gonna give him
Wow.
a wink, a real
That
wink.
is not fun.
You're fine. You're fine. This place does strange things to everyone.
I need to find a way to make that not happen to me.
I thought you were going the other way. I thought you were
Anymore.
going all. I thought you were
Oh, no.
going all flatliners on us.
No,
Oh, I loved that.
No.
That kind of thing.
no, did not enjoy.
Look, guys. And I kind of gather the core crew around. What would you say?
Are you specifically excluding Olfanticulus and Moon Girl?
No, they can come over, but Moon Girl is stomped away, swearing.
Olfanticulus. Don't eat that. Don't eat that. Come here.
These are
pine
edible
cone in his
leaves,
mouth.
he says. It's mint julep. It's very
literally-
rare. Yeah.
Literally a
like
hero's
laying a leaf
feast.
onto
There's a
a
hero's
crumpet.
feast for you, but yes,
Right
you can
over
eat the
here.
wet
I have-
leaves instead.
I
I've
both
been trying to suck
eat-
down a pine cone for 20 minutes like it's a Werther's original. It's not getting any smaller, dude.
says you, he says, as he like takes out a small hammer and is like chunking it up.
Whittling it into smaller pieces.
This guy's been snacking for a
You
long
see,
time.
yeah, you see all these like elemental, like these like little tiny elemental creatures just being like, no, as he's like breaking up the pine cone. Yeah.
All right. Relax.
Moonboy is going to kind of gather everyone around and he's like, what would you say if I told you that the moon visited me in a dream?
Doesn't that happen a lot?
No. Yes, but usually it's me and the moon winning the Super Bowl, me and the moon playing a concert at, Carnegie Hall, me and the moon windsurfing, and this was different.
Was the World Series of Poker Dream again?
No, but that did pop up a little later for a few seconds, and that was nice.
Flash to Moon Boy at a tournament where people are poking this gigantic woman, and you just see if you can poke her to where she responds without you getting smashed by her
Get
huge
her!
fist.
Get her! And Moonboy's throwing money at it, he's gambling.
It's just like you're trying to tickle this giant without being
Yeah.
like smashed by it. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
End of bit.
Sports. I love them.
Back to, he's like, and I don't know if it was the real moon or if it was just a dream or maybe they're one and the same, but it told me that I can get them. I can get them back.
Ooh.
And it showed me the way. Nyx and Talon.
Moonboy, they're gone.
I know, but I can get their remains and I can do my spells.
But
We have Talon's arm,
Cannot go back
but I
to
can.
Acropolis.
I can.
Can't.
We barely
Right now?
got out alive just now.
One
we can't
person?
go back.
If I were invisible, I could take the amulet. If I was really invisible to where I could cast spells, I could take the amulet, shield my mind. I can plane shift back in. I could find Nyx. I could grab her corpse and I could plane shift her back here. Then we would have the arm, and we would have Nyx's corpse. And
You don't know that
two
they're
of us.
still
I'm gonna
there,
lay my
Moon
hand
Boy.
on Moon Boy's shoulder and say, they were both consumed by Oxtrillian's fire. He burned me with them.
Why would the moon? And he kind of, his eyes sort of well up, and he's like,
Sorry.
"You're right. It was stupid." And he's like, "I'm sorry. I've got to go eat some pine cones." And he sort of runs away.
We do have Talon's arm. You can't use that.
I could
Perhaps
try.
the arm, but
I'll
Nyx.
try.
I mean, I don't see how. I mean, she was consumed, completely engulfed in eternal fire.
Yeah, he's gonna do kind of a fragile Frankie Merman and run off and dig a hole in the woods and climb into it.
I want to. Like the tree kindly swoops you up. It gives you a knot hole to be inside of. So like as you run down these tree branches that you are, and you just see this like knot hole open, and you're in this small like squirrel's nest almost inside of this tree. And as you kind of like softly land in these like decayed leaves, this little bit of like rot inside of here, you land in a soft spot, and you can see your hat like laying down next to you. And you haven't talked to the moon in a long time, but this is like your hat is not bursting full of creatures anymore. And I'm very interested if Moon Boy would want to talk to the moon at this point.
I think he would. I think he would very tentatively. He's kind of like full ugly crying at this point and sort of realizing the full scope of this thing that he can't achieve. Because Kai is right. It's, Nyx would be ashes at this point, if we're lucky. And he's going to sort of gently pick up the hat, and terrified that there might be nothing in there this time, he's gonna stick his face into the hat.
We have a long history on this show of Aaron playing the moon. And I can tell you, this one's going to get weird. So, Aaron, are you down to get a little weird with me?
All right, change pants.
I knew this day would come.
Aaron, you're the moon, but you're pissed. Bartholomew's dead. All of the creatures that were refugees into this world, the moon was a portal, a conduit to provide for fleeing moon creatures, and it's no longer that, because the moon doesn't feel confident anymore about sending creatures through to a safe world. Because before it was like following wherever Cyril Ethic is, I will send Lunastaran creatures because they will be safe, and it doesn't feel that way anymore. And it's also just fucking irrationally pissed. So I'll let you RP this scene.
Sorry, just to be clear, the Moon Boy is angry
No.
at the loss of Lunastaran lives.
The moon.
That's what I meant.
The moon is angry because the moon feels like there's nowhere else for Lunastaran beings to go. I will say that's why the moon is angry. Number one. So the second you feel tapped out of like why the moon's motivation, let's cut back into this room that we're in right now, where we're doing this. But I want to just like throw this over to you, and you and Moon Boy RP this. So, and I will say, to set the scene a little bit too, Moon Boy, you put the head on, and before it's this beautiful, like, glowing night sky space that zooms you toward the ambient glow of this gorgeous moon. And now everything is flecks of ash and ember inside of this dark space. And you roll up to this moon, and the moon is coated with this corona of flame. Not even flame, just like red hot energy. And that's, I would say, is near purple. And I will leave it to you all to discuss.
He's like, hello, the moon. Ah!
Moon boy.
Oh no! What is this? What's happening?
Him who was known as Serial Ethic.
No. That's what? What is this? Are you okay?
Moon boy. Last of his kind.
No, there's another. It's Laloon. There's maybe more.
Gone. All gone. Moon boy. All gone.
I'm sorry, the moon.
There's nothing left, Moon boy.
We're just trying to save this place. I wish I could have saved you in the same way, but
It's not for you to save.
Wait, did you come to me in a dream last night? Did you tell me I could save them?
I don't know. I don't know.
What's happening, the moon? How can I fix this?
I don't know, Moon boy. Perhaps the moon that exists in your dreams is not the same. Not the same moon.
And the moon boy kind of looks around, and he sort of realizes that this is not at all what he expected. This is not
Totally.
the moon that he knows. This is not the reassurance he was coming to seek. He feels like he has failed his god. And he just says, I'm sorry, the moon. I'm so sorry. And he turns to leave.
It is not.
And he's
not your failure, Moon boy. It's merely what is.
Just to cut over to me and you real quick, Aaron. The thing the moon knows is that every action in this world has an opposite reaction. And so the moon is kind of like feeling the presence of the Dark Star right now of Atropos, this like undead planet that is like floating around and is emerging on this universe. And the moon is feeling despair a little bit because the moon is seeing its own options close. And so it's starting to believe that maybe the answer to sustaining Lunastera is allowing Atropos to consume all the remainder of Lunastera just so that its own to make the deal of like, if I'm being gobbled up by you, at least my story will be told, rather than erased. So that's this. I know we're getting weird. You don't understand?
No.
Okay.
If it gets gobbled up, why would the story be told?
Because
Imagine not that.
Imagine you're making a deal with a larger corporation and you're a small business, and you're like, hey, if you're gonna fucking buy me, you at least have to acknowledge. You have to keep the name of this venue, you know, like because maybe all the rules might change, maybe it might change out, but at least the name of this place stays the same. And that's what the moon is balancing right now, where the moon doesn't know. The moon doesn't know whether or not it is. The moon doesn't know whether or not it's making the right decision, and the moon thinks that it is wavering between just joining the baddies to not be destroyed, or if it should continue on how it has been, and kind of rekindle its faith. I don't know. I'm doing a bad job because I'm just trying to
It's okay.
Yeah. We're trying to
the moon is considering drastic options as an alternative to destruction.
Yeah, that is
just not destruction, but as an alternative to whatever dark place.
I think that's it.
I identify with.
It's hope is lost,
Yeah.
right? So I have to
depressed.
yeah.
Moon is having suicidal
it's bad.
ideation.
Might as well be super bad, or might as well defend just a little bit of the corner you have.
That's a very accurate description.
Jordan had a web.
No problem. It's just you and me hanging out right now, so we'll figure it out.
Interesting. I don't think I could. I feel like I can't moon it up without the moon boy.
Sure. I feel like we got it good. It's fun. It's fun, kind of feeding you information a little bit to be you do what you want to do with this. Yeah. I'm gonna throw up some art of the moon boy while I figure out.
Moon boy needs to fucking cheer up the moon.
I mean, that's good. Yeah. Let me throw some art real quick as I kind of reset this scene in order to bring us back. Is throw up some really great moon boy art as we're figuring all this out.
Did you figure out your new HP, Andrew?
No. I mean, I just low estimated it.
Did you guys get any new cool stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Go ahead, Andrew.
I'll go first. I got my final armor artificer thing that lets me fucking scorpion pull people to me.
Sweet.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge or smaller creatures pull them. So that's fun.
I got magical secrets, which is why I was able to cast anti-magic field.
Cool.
Oh no.
Whoop.
Flippin'.
I don't know what that does.
Magical secrets means I get to pick 2 spells from any class.
Ooh.
It's
Pretty good. Pretty good. The other thing I got is now I can use my bardic college, my swords ability without
College of spatulas.
Yes, exactly. God, there's another fucking train. Oh my god. This is my new life. It's gonna be every time.
Yep.
Trains are coming. There can't be someone on the tracks that often. They're just blowing the horn because they're bored.
Yeah, it's fun.
So normally I have to expend one of my bardic dice to use my College of Swords features, but now I can just choose to have it be a D6 and not expend Bardic dice, which is great. Because even a D6 is worth it for like the defensive flourish, because I get to add that D6 to my AC and deal a little extra damage. But it's a freebie instead of costing me one of my Bardic inspirations, so it's still worth it.
Nice.
Cool.
That's cool.
How about you? Would Click it at 15?
A bulwark of force.
Whoa.
Sounds cool. Sounds very cool.
Shield. Yeah, it's like a big, like a protective sphere. I can give half cover to a whole bunch of creatures at once.
Sweet.
Whoa, dope.
Yeah. It's like a 30-foot bubble, basically.
We're not getting Moonboy back tonight. So,
Nope.
Yep. So we're gonna pick up this moon conversation later.
Okay.
So this is the end of the episode. Yeah,
Oh, no.
but I kind
So
of
it
like
goes.
it. I kind of like
yeah,
it.
it's kind of
Yeah.
good. We go
We're
out
gonna
in the
get-
middle of them. We'll come back to it next episode.
Moon's pissed, and Moonboy, yeah,
Moonboy
he's coming
doesn't
home
know
from
what to do.
college, and his mom's upset.
Click. I have a question for you because I know you're gonna be out next week, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So I have a question for you. How invested are you in finding Australian versus getting out of here? I'll say
She would much. It's tough. She doesn't exactly trust Flute's judgment on the, like, let's grab Australian and take him to the devil, but is, and
I mean,
does not
it's
like
already
it here.
a plan.
Well, then
we were gonna. We
maybe
made the plan
if you don't mind, let's switch over
Yeah.
to some RP real quick. While Moonboy's head is in this hat, and Click and Flute are together here, and like you all are being just like very well taken care of by this tree. You don't know really what's going on with it, but Click and Flute are, and Kai are at least here in this moment. Like, what is going on with them as Moonboy has kind of disappeared?
I mean, Click just got screamed at by Moon Girl about this
Yeah.
Australian situation, and so she'll walk over to Flute and be like, look, Moon Girl is concerned about giving Australian over. And I mean, like, really concerned.
I don't have anti-magic field up anymore, so I will, like,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
look at Click and say,
Well, a deal's a deal, Click, and I'm going to get out of this contract one way or the other.
Well,
Well, I'll go find him myself if I have to.
that sounds like a terrible idea. Sounds like a great way to get yourself killed. Look, I'm just...
I'll look around, I'll be like,
Yeah, I'd probably get lost pretty fast, but I'm going to find him, and I'm going to bring him to the Cove of the Bones.
I mean, do you know anything about this guy? Anything?
No, I don't know. He's clearly powerful. I know that the writer really, really wants him delivered.
and my eye starts, like, twitching, like,
Yeah, that
See?
seems... That's the
That's
one
it.
thing I know
Yeah.
appears clear.
Do you think that
a hand shape comes, like, out of the skin of my face and comes back.
Gross!
you think
She just
that the
pushes
people
it back in.
Yeah.
Yuck. Look, I don't like being here any more than you do, but let's just do what we need to do and get out of here.
As you say that, I need all three of you to make a dexterity check or a strength check. So it's either acrobatics or athletics, because you are
So
being.
it's not a saving throw.
No, you're being grappled.
Oh gosh.
As the tree starts to absorb you inside
What?
of itself.
Oh God.
Yuck.
Tree. I got a 12.
Cool. You see,
I got
like,
an 18.
cool. Clicky, you were having this conversation with Flute, and you see Flute is like saying all this, and then all of a sudden, branches just start to wrap around him and pull, and they like literally pull him inside of the tree itself.
Whoa.
Yeah. And you feel the same pull as you all, like, branches start to wrap around you and pull you inside of the tree, but you're able to break free of them. Kai, what'd you get? 19? Yeah. And you see Kai just like looking at you, the same experience, just like branches just like bursting off of him and looking over at you.
Yikes.
Wait,
and
did I save and Kai didn't?
you both saved. You both
Oh,
saved.
okay.
But I didn't know. I was taken inside of the tree.
I'll try to grab.
Olaphanticulus
Probably
and Moon Girl both seem to have the same like reach at them, but they seem to be old guards in this. They seem to be almost expecting it and to just shrug off the branches that are pulling at them. And we'll find out if Moon Boy gets pulled into the tree with Flute, but if not, Flute, you and me are going to do a weird episode. And if next time.
Oh my God.
It'll be weird all around.
I will absolutely let your characters affect this, but there's some psychic moments that are going to happen by you just getting pulled into the tree alone that are going to be different. So even if you all are able to save him, Click and Kai, he is still going to experience something as he is pulled inside of this tree, and we'll find out if Moon Boy is going to experience it as well, or if next week Flute and I are just going to do a solo session where you get pulled inside of this Feywild tree. So
welcome Raiders. I guess you'll have to tune in next
wild
week
time.
to see what happens with Blue.
Hey guys, what an episode it's been. We laughed,
wild
we
one.
cried, we ate hover crumpets with leaves.
You
on
considered pulling out some, going back into the
marmalade.
dungeon to get some bodies. Yeah.
them.
Absolutely not. Not for a moment.
Those bodies cannot be there. They were incinerated by the most powerful fire anywhere in the universe.
Yeah, absolutely not. That
But
was.
maybe, I don't know. Weirder things have happened. Maybe she had like fucking fire resistance. I don't know. Did I see them like burn up? I was right there.
See who burn up?
Nyx and Talon.
Oh, no. You saw Talon's head get cracked open, and like you definitely saw a very visceral act of like.
I was also there though in the fire with them.
Yeah.
We all got blown up.
That is a very important distinction between Nyx and Talon's death. Talon's head got pulled open by tentacles, and her brains got sucked through a straw by the mind flayers, and Nyx died from wounds, and her body like fell on the ground and was like slumped
But then
over.
she got, just like was laying dead in eternal fire.
Yeah. That's none of my business. What my business is
None of your business.
well, I would say there's at least a different corporal experience between, for the rules of this game, there's a difference between a body getting eaten up in fire and a body's brain being devoured.
Oh, I understand that. My
And
question
both of
is
them-
about
Yes, like it makes sense that
after that.
there's no body to go back to. I think that is a fair, that's a fair assumption.
Would
Kai
Kai
to make.
believe, based on his experience being right there when they got, we all got incinerated, that she's ashes?
Correct. That is a fair thing.
I would think. Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, the way you RP'd the conversation tonight with Moonboy was correct. Yeah. Cool. So on that
Good, I'm glad I did
mortality
everything.
conversation,
Oh,
yeah.
Man, you guys, it was, boy. And then shit got weird with the moon. You have no way to know what that means, but watch, a couple 100 hours of footage and you'll be all caught up.
All right,
Wild
we'll
one.
see you next week on Better Than Heroes.
Yeah, let's
We love
raid
you.
them over.
All right, I'm gonna play some credits, and then I'll do a raid and go hang out in their chat because it always makes us feel good. So we'll see you soon.
Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.
Stargazer, moon boy, click the crusher, Kai, Humblia, chef, and the wind rider, flute, whim teaser. They're better than heroes.